Okay, testing. Good afternoon slash morning slash night to all the people who are watching the stream today. Can you hear the voice? Like, I know it's a little bit early. I wanted to just check because this is a new setup. Some people were feedbacking to me that they want to see the VTuber like close up and live, and I don't know why, but yeah, this is like the best that I can do. Right, I need to get certain things up first. No, this is not working. Okay, for some reason it's not synced yet. Okay, is the sound check okay? Can you guys on live let me know first? Okay, thanks. Right, so Venus is supposed to be here, but he is eating. So I'm gonna give him like 10 minutes or so, 5 to 10 minutes to finish up whatever he's doing. Right, and today is WPC 321 and 322. I know the new one is up, but we'll only go through this next week. So this is the new theme in case you guys want to join. We're not doing it this week, we're doing it next week. This week we're actually doing this. So usually Webnovel posts a new theme like around now, and there will be like a 2 weeks intermission for people to actually join. I normally don't want to like hop on the train like right at the start because Webnovel can be very irregular with their releases of new topics, and sometimes it's not there. So I don't want to risk that. That's why I wait for like about a week or so after the release to do the stream. So if you are like just desperately waiting for the stream so that we can go through some of these topics before you join, that you don't have to. You just need to join my Discord and then just ask me a few things if you need, and I can let you know. But you don't have to like, you know, wait for this stream and rush and whatever not. So that's not required. This stream is just kind of like for sharing. So if you want to participate in this sprint writing, which we will have a section of 15 minutes, no talking, just listening to background music as we write. By we, I mean watching my perspective as I write, and Venus's perspective will be hidden because I don't have his perspective. Like, I have his file, but I need to write, so you'll be watching my perspective. I hope this is big enough. Okay, anyone actually on mobile presently? If you are on like mobile, and hi guys, okay, Celeste is here, DHE is here. Okay, can you actually see this one here, like the what that called, the Google Docs thing? Am I not showing it? Yes, I'm showing it. Okay, can you guys actually see this one here? It's like mobile users. For mobile users, is this too small? Or need to check for the new setup, because the VTuber is taking up like a very good quarter of this space. Yeah, a quarter of this space is taken up by my VTuber avatar. So you can actually see how I type, like if I were to do the like, and then I just send. Alright, so if I do this, then you'll see my hands moving accordingly. So mouse moving is when you don't see my fingers typing in anything, and then if I actually type something, you'd see me typing it. So I'm not sure if this is randomized. It should be randomized. If it's not randomized, I might have to change it. For those of you who are curious what this is, it's called vdraw. Oh wait, ちょっと これは違うですよ. Yes, it's randomized typing. So randomized typing is actually on. Yep, it's on you guys. Yeah, it's fine. You guys are regulars. You can be regulars. So yeah. Anyways, I think the stream is slightly lagging behind on what I'm doing real life. So God help me, because I'm watching both your comments at the same time while I'm doing this. There's like a very good, I don't know, 20-second lag between the two. Yep, so this is the VTuber avatar thing. In case you are curious and you want to be a VTuber, okay, I'm just gonna spoil it now. This doesn't cost more than USD 10. It's like what, 10,000 yen? Yeah, it's about 10,000 yen for like the license of the software vdraw. It's by Ogo Labs. You can actually find it online. You may need to use Google Translate for the Japanese part when you are purchasing this from Pixiv. But other than that, the VRMs, which is the virtual reality model, which is the avatar, the VTuber that you see, this girl, it actually doesn't belong to me. It's like free license online. I went to search like those VRM free models, and I just downloaded it and I loaded it up. So actually I can change to like different kinds of models as well, but I'm not going to do it because you guys are kind of used to seeing this, and I don't have a voice changer. My voice changer is broken, which means if I were to put a very hot male character over here, I'm just gonna sound really odd if you don't match the face to the voice, if you get what I mean. Right, so today's topic, let me go back. Ah, not this. Okay, by the way, guys, this is where all your WPC nuggets, whatever that we do will be going in here. And if you're too shy to join us on stream, don't worry. You can always send it to me after and then like in private DMs or whatever not. Okay, please do it in this format here. Title, concept, character, and then plot outline. And the draft is where you write it. So please don't go more than 15 minutes. So 15 minutes at most is 1,000 words. Okay, the highest I've gone is 800. I don't know if anybody else is capable of doing more. Probably, but not with a writing prompt. So far, I've not seen it. Anyway, so I will also put your writer name. So give me your writer name, give me this format, give me this thing, let me know which prompt, and then I can publish it. So even if the prompts are over, like for example, celebrities, that's like maybe 2 weeks ago or so, right? And if you were like, oh, actually, I wanted to try that, but I have no idea. So maybe can you like go through this? And then I'm like, yeah. So if you submit it, I will just post it, and then I'll rearrange the chapters. It's doable, okay? It's possible. So I rearranged like one of these chapters. I can't remember which, but they were kind of like out of order, and I have a little bit of an OCD tendency, so I needed to swap it around. So it's like 317, 318, and then 319 and 320. So it has to be in this order, or I will go insane myself. So anyways, this is the book, guys. Literally, it's called WPC Nuggets. So if you guys want to, you can add it to your library. Overlord Venus voted. I might as well vote. I have like no use for stones now. I don't read on Webnovel. Webnovel is my ex-boyfriend. I no longer write there except for fan fictions. I don't contract anymore. Alright, so this is the one. Okay, so Celeste says that the friend is joining WPC 3-1 Vampire. You are in luck because I'm not doing it today. Overlord Venus is. So if you came from his server, yeah. So Overlord Venus is gonna cover vampire romance, and I'm gonna be in charge of, what's the topic again? Zombie invasion. Yeah, so I'm gonna be in charge of zombie invasion, and Overlord Venus is gonna be in charge of vampire romance. If you think I sound a little bit off today, you're right. That's because I'm sickish, not officially sick, but just like sickish. Right, so Overlord Venus is presently done eating. I'm gonna invite him on stream. Put your hands together, guys, or in chat, whatever. Okay, welcome him. Hello, you took your time. Or not. Okay, you're actually fast. What were you eating anyway?
A dish called puri.
I heard of it. They said it was nice.
Yeah. It's pretty. It's wheat.
Wheat?
Yeah. It's made of wheat. You just like make a roll out of it and then fry it in oil. That's all. Very simple.
That's what? Carbohydrates and fats and sugar.
No sugar.
No sugar.
Just wheat.
So,
yeah, just wheat. You just make the same thing as pizza or crepe. You just make a circle out of it and just dip it in oil.
okay.
It will become fluffy.
Okay. Alright. Doesn't sound too healthy, but I guess it works. Right, so someone on chat actually, Celeste, not sure who they are on your server. Celeste said they wanted you to really go through the vampire section because a friend is joining this WPC itself. Also, Celeste, your latest message, you want WPC 219 third place. No, I cannot put you on nuggets. You already won WPC. That this is for attempts. This is a writing prompt. It's not an actual chapter. Okay, so the reason why we're doing this is kind of like a creative writing exercise. It's for the kind of ideas that you want to try writing, but you're not going to make it into a book. So if you already won WPC, means that it is already a book, so no. Because that defeats the purpose. So people can actually go to WPC Nuggets and adopt these idea babies. We call them the idea babies, and actually turn them into actual books. So you are basically giving people free idea rights. You know, so if you already won WPC, no. Because that is your book. It has become a book. Right, so for DHE, you'll say whatever ideas that you have, when we have it done, you can join in 15 minutes. You have to limit yourself to 15 minutes to write it, and no editing. Okay, maybe slide editing, no content editing. Grammatical editing is fine, so it's up to you. Whether you want to give it to me during stream or after stream is fine, but follow the rules, please, okay? Otherwise, I will not put it up in Nuggets either. Right, so for the rest of you on stream, okay, we've got, I don't know, a couple of people, right? So thanks for joining today. Let's start without further ado. Right, so female lead, vampire romance, female lead. Oh, I want to say something about this. Someone feedback to me previously about Venus's attempt for, what's that again? Oh my god, I cannot remember. What do you write? The one with chicken? Oh yeah, revenge. The one with revenge that Venus wrote previously is not really considered FL, which is right. So FL means that you have to do it in romance, and Venus, you still have not given me that. You still have not edited it for me.
Did I not send the editing for that?
No, I never saw anything. Did you edit? Really? Did you edit?
I just edited in another doc offline. Okay, I'll send it
Send me
a bit
later.
later.
You
Just
need to
I'll
edit.
find it and
Yeah.
yeah, it's just adding 1 or 2 lines. That's all.
You need
Not
to
much
have
of
the
difference.
romance in FL. So let's see how you fare with vampires today, okay?
Yeah.
Right, so vampire romance. Didn't peg you as a romance writer, but yes. So I'm gonna check you later, right? So vampires are kind of like blood-sucking monsters that I don't see appeal to. Do you have anything to say about them? Cause this is not
I
really
mean,
my thing.
because of this topic, I just searched through forums to see why vampires are like so loved by people and like why is it such a hype trend. But honestly, like I still cannot understand why they like it so much.
Oh my god, me too. That's why I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
they have like, you know, sharp fangs, they bite you, they drink your blood, they are like a humanized mosquito, right?
Yeah, I mean, in based on the context of vampires itself, vampires are basically undead creatures.
Mm-hmm.
So their bodies are not warm blooded; they're cold. It's similar to like placing your hand in a refrigerator every time you touch them.
Yeah.
So I'm just like unable to understand how you can even like have romance with like it's basically almost necrophilia.
Yeah, it is. That's why I was like, not so into vampires, you know, myself. Personally, I don't, but the appeal is still there to like a lot of female audiences that I honestly, I question myself sometimes, you know, like biologically, the test results say that I'm female, but I don't relate to a lot of that. So I don't know if the viewers know how to relate to this. Like, I can't personally, so I was kind of glad that you decided to take on this, but if you can't relate to the appeal of this, how are you gonna write the prompt later?
No, I've read really good vampire stories. So I do have an appeal for vampires, but it's not entirely romance related. I mean, like the vampires that I've seen on comics,
Mhm.
they're drawn human. They have no relation to being to looking like monsters.
Yeah, they actually look hot. That's the thing.
Yeah,
They look better than
there is
regular
nothing
humans.
other than the fact that their eyes are red, and at most their canine teeth are slightly longer than normal humans. That's all. There is no other difference.
That's true. That's true. So they live like humans, they behave like humans, and the only difference is that they drink blood. Some vampire
I
romances.
I mean, like humans also. There are some humans who drink blood also,
Yes, but
but like not all humans. Yeah.
we need to eat as well, you know? Blood is not a very good sustenance for humans, but vampires, no. Some of them get sick if they eat human food, so it depends on the law, I guess. So vampire is a very wide spectrum, similar to werewolves. I also don't get the appeal in that.
So vampires, I could understand because at the end of the day, it's a humanoid creature. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I'm personally into elves myself, so I can understand why they like vampires.
Now we
There
know
is,
what your search
yeah,
history was
it's
like.
just basically, it's not just elves, but like I won't reveal that part.
Right, so okay, let's just delve into this because I don't really get it. Okay, so I'll just read, assuming that I have zero idea on what this is. Okay, a century old myth. Vampires often find themselves as the object of every young maiden's fantasy or greatest nightmare. Their timeless beauty and alluring eyes are a sight for sore eyes, but behind these features hide a primal craving for blood and fangs that are ever so ready to rupture and spill red. Will you run or will you hide? Perhaps you may even find yourself falling for one. Right, so the key here is firstly, they have to be a vampire, and secondly, you must fall in love with them. That's the prompt. Okay, in this week's
And
WPC. Mm-hmm.
there is also another thing.
Which one?
Uh, Primal craving for blood means you're probably not a vampire.
The what?
Uh, the second line, their timeless beauty and alluring eyes are a sight for sore eyes,
Mm-hmm.
but behind these features hide a primal craving for blood. So basically, they're asking you to show through the lens of a human or someone who is opposite to the vampire.
As in, I think it could be that you are a vampire or a human being or whatever, but the key to vampire romance is one of the parties has to be a vampire.
Yeah. The thing is like the more popular story is it's usually the vampire is
The male,
a
right?
target for no, yeah, it's a male in all the FL stories because they are like target for capture or something similar to Pokemon. They are like
Pokemon.
really rare,
Okay.
a rare creature that has to be like
uh,
obtained.
makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay, Bleeps is online. Hello, it's like been a while. And then Celeste says something that I think he's right or she is right. So the hype of vampires came from the hit film of Twilight series. The one book that I absolutely no, not really one. Like I hate a lot of books as well. But the one book that I absolutely don't understand. Like how did it get famous? It's so terribly written. Vampires come from Twilight, which is true. But
Yeah,
Nani, they sparkle. Of all things.
actually, Twilight wasn't the reason the vampire genre itself was famous because like vampire stories have been around for like more than 200 years.
Yes, but initially
The
vampire stories were
yeah,
horror.
the only thing that Twilight made hype for is the vampire erotica. Until Twilight came, vampires were classified as really powerful, scary monsters.
That's right, that's
Even
right.
even the anime before that, that era, the vampires were portrayed as like undead creatures that are really strong, hard to kill, masters of the night, and all. After Twilight, they were beautified and humanified morely.
I know, right? Okay, like the one manga I know that changed vampire concepts was Vampire Night. It was a shoujo manga. It was like romanticizing vampires in itself, but it had incest. I was so disgusted. I was like, what? Could not understand the appeal, but yes, okay. So if you are the kind of person who is like, oh my god, vampires are so hot, I want a vampire boyfriend next week. Yes, this is probably for you. Right, and then Bleeps, yeah, Bleeps is one of those people. She's like I've read all the books and watched all Twilight movies. I had the biggest crush on Edward for months. So she is Camp Edward. Oh god, that was like, I remember during the Twilight feature of the movies, they were like Camp Edward and Camp Jacob or something like that. The werewolves versus vampire thing, and then both rose to fame. Like suddenly, every female lead writer or romance writer were writing about them. Like half of them on Amazon were.
Even though like there are a lot of sites where it's just vampire or werewolf. That's all. There's nothing else.
I mean, I guess it's like a fashion trend or a hype or something like that. I personally cannot relate, but sure. Right, so maybe we delve into what web novel wants from the writers. So, for example, oh my god, I see it now. So you're an alpha werewolf from a mighty pack. So vampire and werewolves go hand in hand. Right, and then you are destined to protect the people of your land from the evil, bloodthirsty vampires living in the shadows. After a great and bloody battle, you find yourself in a cave badly injured and on the brink of death. Suddenly, you notice a scent of your meat, mixed with the disgusting foul scent of nasty bats. Wait, did that vampire just bite you to save your life? What happened when a werewolf is bitten by a vampire? I mean, basically, Twilight, featuring Twilight. Web novel is featuring Twilight in here. Right, so the
Have you seen the movie?
me no, like I read one of the books and then I was like no, and then another friend told me, oh, you have to read the last book, you can skip the others but you have to read the last book, it's great. When she meant by it's great, she meant that they were having that kind of thing, they did bedroom activities so hard that the bed broke. That was the part she wanted me to read. I was like, how is this great? Get I read it, I was like, no. I was so scarred, mentally scarred. I was like, how can anyone write this kind of thing, and how do so many people enjoy reading this kind of thing? That was probably the awakening moment for me, where I realized that I probably wasn't normal. Yeah.
The only good vampire story that I read was a webtoon called Delusion.
What?
The art is just gorgeous in that.
Delusion.
Yeah.
Korean?
It's on webtoon.
Webtoon? Delusion webtoon.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Yeah.
We are not like doing a promo here, don't worry, but I'm like curious, because I've not really seen it. So is it this one? Wait, let me just pull it up on stream. Is it this one?
The stream has around like 10 seconds.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like 20 seconds delay. Also, there is a new person, Fora 4. Okay, which group are you from? I'm from the FL group in Webnovel. My pen name is what are we doing about vampires and zombie genre? Okay, we're not doing anything about vampire and zombie genre. We're just doing a discussion to like kind of understand a little bit on what the requirements of web novel is about, what they want to see, the kind of things that you can write. And then at the like coming towards the end of the stream, we're gonna do a writing exercise, writing prompts, challenging ourselves to do like a 15-minute whatever of this topics itself that's given by web novel. Okay, Venus, I think it should be up now. Is this the one that you're talking about,
Yeah.
Delusion?
It's the same one.
Yeah, it's this one. Right,
Yeah.
so for guys and girls who are interested for a little bit more content, I guess Venus recommends this and you can go and check it out.
Delusion is like the perfect mix between romanticizing vampires and also making them monsters. Yeah, they really nailed it in every aspect.
Okay.
Most of the vampire stories I saw either portrays them as monsters, cold-blooded killers, usually found in the ML genre, or just like romantic targets to be taken. Being a vampire is just an extra quirk for them. That's all. There is nothing else.
True.
So Delusion has like the mix between both. It also has the terrifyingness of vampires being monsters, but at the same time they also like super awesome. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So for Fora 4, okay, if you are having a writer's blog, that's good. Okay, maybe this stream will help you. So just stick around. The vampire section will be going through first. The zombie invasion section will be going through second. So vampire section is actually in charge or by Venus, Overlord Venus. So you can actually ask him. Bleeps also recommends another one. It's Olgami. It's a manga about another hot vampire. Right, I do know a few hot vampire ones myself, but most of them are BL. I don't actually get the appeal, but I was just like, oh, the art is pretty. Just see.
I think I've read Olgami before.
Serious?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay,
Yeah,
I need
because
to
it's
check it out.
it's a
Okay, my internet is not so stable today for some reason. I guess it's because there are more people at home today than usual. Normally, I'm alone, but today I'm sharing it with 2 more people. That might be the question. Alright, so in any case, so the second idea, okay, web novel usually gives 4 ideas. Okay, just to clarify, those of you who want to join the WPC, you don't have to follow the ideas given to you by web novel. So it is just kind of like an example. The key point is, when I go through this and when Venus goes through this, we're just looking at this part on top here. This dictates what is compulsory. So you need to have vampires, you need to have romance. It's pretty straightforward, right? So romance means 2 people falling in love. You need to have at least 2 main characters in there, and one of them has to be a vampire. That is all. So the requirements are not as strict, right? And then the second one over here, so another idea that's given by web novel, you don't have to follow again. So the human kingdom is falling to rubble, food is scarce, droughts are year-round, people are dying. In a last-ditch attempt to save his kingdom, the king forces you, his daughter, into an arranged marriage with a vampire king to expend their resources and land. Again, arranged marriage is one of the very mainstream FL tropes in web novels, so they try to collaborate a lot of these mainstream things together. So if you want to write a marketable book, these are the things that you can look at. So afraid and full of trepidation, you step up your duties as the princess to save your people. Now tasked with the responsibility to run the kingdom with your newly wedded vampire husband. Can you see that? So one of them is like a human princess and the other one is a vampire husband. So yeah, there are like 2 of them. One of them has to be a vampire. And will the both of you learn to love each other's differences in this loveless marriage? So this is vampire romance. Very typical, very cliche kind of thing that you can try your hand on, right? Okay, Venus, anything you want to add for this?
To those that are failing to understand why the princess is getting married to a vampire, usually in all these stories, the vampire lives in a mansion, of course, has plenty of resources and wealth, enough to rival a country or a kingdom. So, by marrying the princess to the vampire, the kingdom is basically getting all the excess resources that is basically wasted on the vampire. So, in terms of economics, they're giving a girl and getting an entire kingdom's worth of loot. It's something like that. So, if you're making a story, keep this in consideration. Just don't throw the economics out of the loop.
Yeah, so
The romance won't be as good.
it's
Yeah.
like a sugar daddy romance with a sugar daddy, but this sugar daddy sucks
Yeah,
blood
yeah, yeah.
instead.
Yeah. As simple as that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You worded
And
it so
also,
nicely.
I saw a meme of this where someone said, someone asked why are vampires always portrayed as being rich and living in a mansion. So someone replied for that: if you have been alive since like 18th century and are still broke, step into the sun.
I know, right? It's like something is wrong. They
Yeah.
don't have to buy
Yeah.
food, you know? They don't actually have to buy food. Blood is like free everywhere. Like, you know, they just take it and
Yeah.
go. Like, how do you not become rich if that's not the case? It's like, what? It doesn't make sense. But sure, I mean, maybe some vampires are out there begging for their lives or whatever not. Begging to like, can I please have one drop of blood? Just one drop of blood. Yeah, you can write that kind of story, I guess. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I mean that's also interesting. It hasn't been attempted yet, I think.
As in, like, there
Yeah.
are stories of starving vampires because they refuse to, like, you know, murder humans for their food. But
Yeah, that's out of their choice.
yeah, so
Not
there are,
not forced.
you know, there are
So
those stories.
yeah,
It depends. But most people find it like, you know, you'd rather marry someone who is rich than poor, right? If you had the choice to customize, most people would do that. Right, and then according to
yeah.
Bleeps, vampire has a large market and there are many thirsty people out there. That is right. This is a thirst trap kind of genre, so you need to have a lot of fan service when you go on writing this. Okay, so number 3, idea 3. So trained as an assassin since 4, you are tasked to annihilate and kill the vampire king, a tyrant that has ruled over for a millennium. Again, this is kind of like a hate turned to love kind of thing, enemy to lover kind of trope. It's very common in web novel, especially in female lead. So a silver bullet? Okay, I am confused with werewolves and this, okay, but never mind. A silver bullet to the heart is all it takes. So sneaking into the palace as a servant, you realize it's not as simple as it looks. Eyes are everywhere and walls are listening. He begins to take a particular interest in you as a servant. Time passes and you struggle to find a way to end him, but you find yourself falling for the vampire too. Right, so this is also a very typical enemy to lover kind of idea.
Yeah, and this is the trope where the female character can basically do everything. Like assassin, she can cook, she can sew dresses, she can do gardening, she can do everything, but like fails at everything also. Whenever it's convenient. Like I've read stories where the assassin was basically defeated by a random maid, and she was treated to be the hash one assassin of Earth. So
Only
yeah,
good at killing.
usually, yeah. Usually, if you for those who want to make write this properly, just ensure that the female character you're portraying isn't overpowered that you have to nerf her for every scene to happen.
That
Yeah.
in the term we call it Mary Sue. So it's like, don't make her perfect in such a way that there's nothing to actually be entertaining about. So don't make her a Mary Sue. Don't make her a
Yeah.
boring character because she's just too good at everything.
Yeah, if just give her flaws, that's all, as simple. Or if you for to be easy, just base it off a real character. That's as realistic as you can get.
Okay, so if you don't know how to make an interesting character, base it off me, okay? For example, I'm very good at writing, I'm very good at music, I'm very good at working, okay? But I'm not good at cooking. I burn rice in a rice cooker. Depends on the day. It's like a gamble, you know? So yeah, that's just things like I have a driving license, but I've crashed my instructor's car more times than I can actually do that. So,
I mean, like, you're the perfect character for this story.
I don't think of that as a compliment. So but yes, so the point remains, okay? You have to make someone who is something that people can relate to. It's like oh, I'm not so good at studying, but that's okay. I'm like a badass hacker or something. So maybe in this story, because they say it's an assassin, right? So you can say, oh, she's like the best assassin. She's great at killing and everything. Everybody fears her when she sees, when they see her, but she doesn't know how to tie her own shoelaces. Stuff like that, you know? Just for a little bit of a contrast, we call it gap moe. Japanese yapmoe is like when you have an expectation of a certain character and then they behave like completely different that doesn't match their image. That is what the readers are looking for. Right, so far so good.
There are plenty of such examples. This field of topic is pretty evergreen. Like, these stories continue to sell to this day, and it's all, yeah, and you can add a lot of creativity into this. You can make it as realistic as possible, or you can also add palace drama here. Like, there are multiple assassin maids that are all trying to get the favor of this vampire to kill him in the end,
That's true.
so that the respective country profits. Make it that each assassin is from a different country. You can just like play everything. You don't have to make it like this important mission is just in the hands of the female lead. You can also give her as many rivals as possible. That will make the story a lot more complex and interesting also.
That will be like very, very interesting. So yeah, you can actually do
Yeah.
that, and then it sets you apart from the other writers in the WPC if you're intending for first 3 prizes. Right, so definition of Mary Sue over here, a typical type of character, a usually female character, who is depicted as unrealistically lacking in flaws or weakness. So they are perfectly good at everything, and then they are like the kind of person that, well, if you find yourself hating a certain character because of how great they are and how fake they seem, well, that chances are they are gonna be a Marisu. So why do Marisus exist? Well, I actually did a little bit of a research, and it is born from a writer's insecurity of themselves. They want to be someone that they aren't. So actually, don't be afraid to embrace your flaws as a human being, because we are not perfect. So your character should not be perfect either. If it is perfect, there's only one thing to describe it. It's boring. Okay, hate to say this, but it's boring. If everything is perfect, then it's boring, right? So the last idea that I lost it. The last idea that they give is this one. So a vampire that never dies and a girl that has lived 1,000 lives. He remembers it all and she does not remember a single thing. So centuries after centuries, he finds her, falls in love with her, watch her dies, repeat, rinse and repeat. So this is like a what is that called?
No, this is Seven Deadly Sins.
The what?
Seven Deadly Sins. The only difference is the main character is not a vampire but a demon. That's all.
Okay, so this is actually really mainstream as well. It's like the reincarnation over and over again kind of thing. And then after that, there's a twist to it. So this time he distances himself from her in hopes to keep her alive, and then you, the cursed eternal love of the vampire, hopelessly fall in love with them again, even though they warn you about the consequence, and then your life is at stake. How far will you go to fight for the love of your life? So yeah, this is kind of like a very did I see this somewhere before? Yeah, Korean dramas. And then Korean dramas are a fan of doing this kind of thing. It's like we're meant to be. No, but for your own good, you must not come close to me. Pretty much.
Yeah, but they'll always be together, either forced by the circumstances or because they are weak-willed.
Either that, but it's usually a tragic ending. I would say usually all these are tragic endings, so it's really hard to make this a happy ending. If you can, that would be great, but it's
No, the setting itself, it sets up for
death.
a tragic story.
Yeah, it sets up for death, like unless you can break the curse. But honestly, I don't think so. Like if you truly are with someone like that, then it's just like being with a toxic husband that you cannot divorce with in the 1800s. That sounds sad. Yeah.
For anyone that is for anyone that is writing this a story related to this, just make the characters as emotional as possible, so that things will be more interesting, and then readers will ball their eyes once the tragic stuff happens.
Yep. So
So
for FL,
keep them as emotional as possible, and the vampire also don't just make him a, like an aloof, cold-hearted guy that only has feelings for this girl. Don't make like yeah.
okay, so it's the characters that sell in FL genres like vampire romance. It's not so much of the
Yeah,
plot
yeah.
because everybody actually does the plot in some kind of a similar manner or another, especially if you're doing mainstream. You have a lot of competitors, so the plot is not the key point, the characters are. So don't be afraid to introduce things like babies, understand? Or like multiple personalities or like different like side characters or like second male leads, and yeah, characters are everything in FL itself. So some of the web novel originals written by writers there like sincerely wrote this, His Majesty's Devious Scene, so you can check this out if you need some sort of like a inspiration or like a reference to how they normally do this. And then the other one is this one by Misha, so it's Ilias the Dark Prince. And then after that, this one most famous of all, Ash Knight. She was one of the top writers. I'm not sure if she still is on the chart. Probably is.
She's still there.
She's
Yeah,
still
yeah,
there.
yeah. She has probably 2 or 3 novels in top 10.
Woo. Okay, so
Yeah.
she is a very famous Wattpad author who moved over to web novel. So Young Master Damien's Pet. So this one, I think it was highly like rated by some of the FL editors. Like they say this was a cut above the rest. So you guys can check this out as well. And then
I think this is one of the most
popular.
read book in web
Yes,
novel
yes,
itself.
it is. It is. And then the quality is assured. So this one is okay, that I came to check this like not too long ago. It wasn't this much. It came to this much. Okay, so like we said like previous week, okay, if you are participating, self vote. Okay, self vote. All the books in the top 15 will be considered by the editors for the prizes. Self vote anything in top 15, which is very easy to get because as you can see like 10 is 0, so if you self vote even 1, you'll be like in like way up there. So self vote, you need to be in like the top 15 or top 10 in order to be considered by the content editors for prize in this WPC itself, right? So this is the one. So goal, okay, whatever they say here is just for show. Okay, most of it, the most important thing is you get in the platform features by W and by web novel itself. You do not get the covers. Okay, forget about the covers. If you win, go to Venus will do it for you. All right. And then after that, what was that we talked about again? Yeah, features was one of it. The other one was contract. Yes, contract. So you get a chance for exclusive contracts. So for people who don't want to exclusively sign your rights away to web novel, you can ask the editors for a non-exclusive contract, or you can choose to not sign. But I'm not sure if you are allowed to not sign a contract or a non-exclusive contract. This you have to check with the editors on Discord.
The thing is, you can opt out for like a non-exclusive contract. The difference is you won't be winning the contest. That's the difference.
Well,
So uh, to go on the non-exclusive route, there is a site called sharestory.io. So ShareStory is the platform that handles the non-exclusive contracts. They'll post on Webnovel, Good Novel, and all the other similar ones.
yeah, I kind of vaguely remember yes, Share Story exists. I signed there, but I don't keep track, so I don't know. But I
Yeah.
think Aina won WPC Gold, one of it, and then they converted it to a non-exclusive. So she technically won gold, but it was like kind of like a very long and tedious process of moving it into non-exclusive after winning. So it is possible, but you might want to check with the CEs first before you do anything. Like they might give you an exclusive contract. If you don't want to sign, you can ask them a lot of questions. Their job is to answer you questions about it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm
And the
gonna.
thing is, like, if the novel actually wins one of the 3 places, even bronze, then it's best to have it exclusive because there is
Features.
chance of it making big, making big in the web novel itself.
Normally,
So
if
yeah,
you
and like
win,
plenty of novels have just got a bronze prize, but they are now top 10 novels. In ML side alone, there are like 3 novels.
so like
They
chances are,
won just bronze. Yeah.
if they win any of it, means that the CE actually looked through it, see promise, marketing promise, and then they offered
Yeah.
the prizes. So the chances
Yeah.
of you actually doing well on web novel itself, if you win like the gold, silver, or bronze prizes? Are there?
Because there is no difference between three prices in terms of exposure and features. All three will be given the same exposure. So it depends on how good your the marketability of your novel is. So that's all. Just aim for bronze itself. As long as you win a prize, best.
Right, so this is a tip for how to win WPC. I'll be covering this in my blog sometime soon. I have not written it. But since we've been doing this series for like what, this is the second week? Yeah, it's the second week, so I will be compiling all these notes for you guys in my free e-course on my website. Eventually, not now. Right, so for now, we're going to look at the male lead version. So for those of you who are wanting to look at female lead and you are late to the stream, you can just rewind this. This stream is on playback. Do consider subscribing, because once I hit 500 subscribers on this channel and 100 subscribers on my second channel, I'll be getting Droopy and I'll be getting Venus their Scrivener's licenses. Right, it's a promise. That's why Venus is working his ass off to try and promote this. Currently, we're at 282. I don't know how it got there. It increased by 2 since the last time I told you.
Yeah. I mean, it'll continue to increase.
I don't know about that, but sure, okay. You pray hard.
Yeah.
That's your Scrivener. Alright, so male lead. So male lead is a little bit interesting. So this is zombie invasion. So in a zombie invasion, there are two things. Again, zombie is a must. So you can be a zombie. You can be the person who is fighting against the zombie. It can be anything, but the setting of this world has to be a zombie apocalyptic world. It can be like post-apocalyptic, it can be pre-apocalyptic, it can be during the apocalypse itself, but there has to be zombie. Please don't give me alien invasion in zombie invasion. WN will take a sleeper and smack you. Right? Go back to your mother's womb. Okay, so another thing, it has to be an invasion. So there has to be some sort of like a COVID pandemic kind of case going on there. So it may not be too terrible in the sense whereby everybody is dying and you have to build like bomb shelters and whatnot. It doesn't have to be in that extent. It can be like a very subtle invasion kind of thing, whereby you get one and then after that, oh, you turn into a zombie, but you don't know that you're a zombie because you haven't really died, and then after that someone else gets infected, and then yeah, it goes around that way. It can be very subtle. It doesn't have to be all gory and death, but it will be more fun if it can be that way.
Actually, speaking of zombie invasion, our experience with COVID gives us like the best inspiration.
I know, right?
Sequence of events that happens. Yeah.
Dan Plot Armor, one of the better ML writers on like the rankings. I'm not sure if you know Dan Plot Armor. Do you know him?
Yeah.
DPA.
He wrote Villain Retirement, I think.
No, Villain Cultivator.
Yeah, Villain Cultivator. I'm always confused between the two.
Yeah. Then he told me this. He was like in his server. So I was once upon a time I managed his server for him. He told me this. If COVID was a zombie virus, I'll be dead by now. It's like the COVID just getting out to everyone. Venus himself got it like what, twice, 3 times?
3 times.
3 times.
Yeah.
Wow, it's so terrible. It's getting everywhere. I just count my blessings that I don't actually get that. I
mean, the only reason a lot of people got COVID here is that when the government told them to wear the mask, they specifically told the mask should cover the nose. But people used it on their forehead, on their chin, or as their armband. What? The mask was on their body, but it wasn't covering their mouth or nose.
It's just so retarded.
That's the problem. Yeah. Yeah. There are too many retarded people in the world.
Okay. Yeah, no, even when I wear the mask, I'm like super scared because I'm a teacher. Like I worked in the school, and they're like young kids. I don't want to like unknowingly pass it to them, So every time a kid comes in, I would have already sanitized the entire classroom. Every time they leave, I will re-sanitize it. I sanitize it so much that, my hands kind of like dried. It became dry after a while. It was so bad. At one point of time, I sanitized, I don't know, about 20 times a day. That was how much I sanitized. So I didn't get COVID. I was like, yeah, this is not how I live life, but this is life now.
Yeah.
So
even leave the house, I get trust.
Right, so if zombie viruses can be sanitized the way COVID is, it probably can be overcome easily, but I don't think the zombie invasion that Webnovel wants can be easily sanitized and nerfed like COVID itself. So let's just take a look.
Actually, it will also make like an interesting setup that the zombies are not like a permanent disaster. You can there is a chance to cure them.
Kill them or
So
unzombify
it
someone.
yeah, but you can also add more stakes in that. That the cure is very expensive to create, and you probably need like the hearts of around like a 10,000 zombies or something before you can use it, extract the essence out of it to make a cure or something. So you can just like add multiple things that will result in like at least 3 to 4 more arcs in the story.
So, but
Basically, you need like a challenge and a conflict. So yeah, this will
okay,
give them.
it depends on the kind of ML genres that you want to portray. Like some ML genres, okay, most ML genres, half of them actually have system in it. So you can actually
Yeah.
combine it with system, or like the previous one that we did, you can combine it with dungeons. So instead of a zombie invasion whereby like people are running for their lives and zombies are everywhere on the same place, you can make it like a dungeon or bunker kind of situation whereby the humans vs zombie kind of thing. What was that game called? Fallout Shelter. Yeah, it can be something like Fallout Shelter. You can even make it like a VR zombie invasion type of thing. Yeah, it's all possible.
Actually, I haven't seen anyone attempt the zombie invasion in like a VR situation.
I think I did
The,
see.
as this, yeah.
One of them did. One of them did. Like I saw here, like someone attempted it. Like one of the. Oh my god! It's only one page. Guys, you stand a chance. Like hello, there are like 3 prizes here. There are only 9 of them. Come on, guys, join this one. If you want a contract, join this one. Someone wrote it. Someone wrote it. Who wrote it? I can't remember. Like I was seeing one of it. Someone wrote a VR type of zombie invasion situation. Yeah, they did. I can't remember which one now. It's like it's there. It's there. I saw it not too long ago. I don't know which one now. Probably one of the top few here. Shut in
Yeah.
of the Dead. No, I can't remember. But someone did write that. That's why I was saying it. Like there is, and then there are video games, global game, AFK in the zombie apocalyptic game. There, VRE. So it's not something not done before. It's been done before. That's why I was mentioning it. So you can actually combine a lot of these ML mainstream tropes into the zombie invasion. Right. So I'm just gonna read.
Yeah. Zombies are basically a staple now. So anything that is popular in the ML genre can be added to it.
That's true. You just like an undead. But I prefer not having zombies though, because they are disgusting. But I prefer things that are less rotting outside. Because zombies you gotta deal with the stench. Like I imagine the stench. So if a skeleton is like, completely free of rotting meat, animated skeletons are fine. Which is why I wrote Monarch of Solitude. Because
Oh,
skeleton. I didn't want a zombie.
ah.
It would be stinky.
Or if you don't wanted to give that stenchy, stinky feel, you can add it in like a cultivation world or a VR world. In a cultivation world, you can just like use some sort of spiritual energy or something to suppress the smells or something.
That
Or
reminds me of a BL called Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation. Like they did that, but I still don't. It's a maybe I'm a little bit misogynistic, like a little bit like a cleanliness freak. But I cannot like imagine. You imagine like pieces of flesh or rotting nails, like just or flies like around this person, and you have to like go near them. Like they are worse than a cockroach in my opinion. I cannot deal with zombies. I don't want to deal with
that
zombies.
is one ML comic called My Girlfriend is a Zombie.
Oh my
It is
god.
very popular, and and the main character he kisses the his girlfriend that became a zombie multiple times, and it has probably been many days since the girl
Show.
became a zombie. So I mean, like the first time I saw the scene, I was like, okay, what about the sanitation? I mean, even a normal human cannot approach them if they haven't cleaned themselves for like more than 3 days,
Yeah.
and this is a zombie.
So yeah, I mean,
They made her look as if she's still alive, but it raises many questions.
it does, it does. That's why I was a little bit more intrigued on this aspect because I personally
I
cannot
mean,
put myself in
like
them. Okay,
there
so
is like people have fetishes, and whatever fetish brings you further, just go ahead with it.
No. Okay, so anybody who wants to try this, be my guest. But no, wait. What am I talking about? I have to write this. Oh my god. No, this is
Yeah,
terrible.
yeah.
Shit. Okay, sure. Okay, fine. I'll write this later. But let's just read through first. So, what will you do if a
Yeah.
virus that transforms a human to a zombie was leaked worldwide? People are turning to zombies at alarming rates, and the cure has yet to be found. Chaos reigned over humanity, and they prayed for appearance of a hero that will save the world. So, world leaders might be doing their best. I doubt it. Okay. So, to contain the virus to the best of their abilities and to save as many people as they could. But what happened to the remaining survivors? Will they keep themselves alive with zombies lurking at every corner? Or if you can't beat them, like they say, join them. Right, you might have an MC or main character whose ability has awakened during the invasion, or a system that was entrusted to you by a god that still have hope for humanities, or even a science experiment that will render him immune. And then for this WPC, we are surviving the zombies invasion. So it's pretty simple. It's just like everybody is running for their life, and the dumbest or the slowest or the whatever, the weakest will just become a zombie. And then the few capable ones will be like the true main characters of this arc or chapter of life that has become the new world. So yeah, in any case, there are several works out there that you can actually go and check out. It's quite common. Like after World War Z, this has become a thing in mainstream itself. Right, so some
Yeah,
examples.
there are plenty of things.
Some examples given by Webnovel itself. I'll just run through them quickly. So the first one, you work in a laboratory researching on new substance that prolong the life of men and making them stronger. Then one day the laboratory was attacked and an incomplete version of the substance was stolen from the lab. It makes trouble without chemical X. Okay, the side effects will be too much for a human to bear, transforming them into a zombie after consuming it. So you are the only survivor of the attack and you know the cure, but the virus is spreading like wildfire. So this kind of sounds like what was it again?
This is actually the 18 plus version of Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, Powerpuff Girls, but not quite. Okay, so this could be it. All right. So in this case, you are the main character and you are the scientist. So yes, this is one of it. Okay. And another case, so like the one in VR. So you used to be a NEET, someone who only stay at your room, stay in your room and play games, staying far away from the outside world. You build a room in the basement. Food delivered to your doorstep. One day, food stopped coming, but you survived using packets of instant noodles. After a few days, you ran out of food and was forced to step out of the basement. And then you saw zombies walking around outside your house, and your family is nowhere to be seen. So this is a very actually, to be honest, I'm not going to be surprised if this actually happened, because at one point of time I was in need. I was probably in that stage, but not that bad. So like this reminds me of survival bunkers itself, whereby you live like a isolated life, and then after that when you come out, oh my god, the world has changed for like 10 years. This could be it.
People been in bunkers for that long.
Yeah, they do. Hikikomoris. Like, have you not heard Japan culture? Whereby
Yeah.
they literally do not leave their house. So it can be very bad in a situation of that. Yeah, and another case of how this happens. You know jail cells whereby all the criminals and inmates are there. Yeah, so it's like they don't actually go out and then they don't actually see stuff there. So unless one of the prison guards become a zombie, they wouldn't know that zombies have taken over the rest of the world. I think there was a manga about that as well.
Or if you want want to go a kingdom building road, you can make it that you're part of an island, something similar to Singapore that is connected to the mainland through only like a bridge or something, and everyone in the mainland is infected, and just your island is not infected. So you have to resist the endless waves. So you can create like a war arc. So and make a wall between this path, and that will also create like an interesting thing.
True, but realistically speaking, Singapore is not zombie proof because we have 5.6 million people living on this island itself. It's so highly populated that if one person just gets it, the next thing you know, even the prime minister would be like, yeah. Realistically
That means the stakes are so high.
Yeah.
Like if even a single is infected, the entire place is doomed. So it'll create a lot of tensions. I mean, almost like an Attack on Titan tension. They are walled off completely.
Yeah, it is true. So we'll be like survival of the fittest here, you know, in like a
Yeah.
rat's trap. But the one that maybe would survive a zombie apocalypse, I think, would be Australia.
Uh,
Right? There are like plenty of space
mm,
to run to, and like they are also a freaking island, but like their island is like probably 100 times bigger than my country. So maybe
yeah, yeah,
they would
yeah.
survive.
It's a continent. Yeah, yeah.
So that actually makes sense. So unless zombies have the ability to swim, I think they are pretty safe. They don't have to build walls or anything. They can.
Typically, zombies were said to be landlocked creatures. But yeah, you could make whales, zombie whales, makes things more interesting.
Yeah, zombie birds, nobody is safe. Zombie
Zombie birds,
birds.
or even zombie plants.
I know, right? And then just poop, and then the zombies virus spreads on whatever pooped
Yeah,
on. That would be terrible.
I mean, like, it'll be a short novel, but it'll be interesting.
It would be fun. It would be fun. Okay, you guys
Yeah,
can
it'll
try
be
that.
fun. Yeah.
Because anyway, the WPC only requires you to write 5,000 for like qualifying for the prizes, and then you can end it in like as short as 20,000 words, so you don't have to drag it out. So it's fine, right? So that is an idea. This one is actually quite interesting. I might do this. I don't know. Right, in the prompt later, I mean. And then the third example that they give you here in Webnovel is you were locked in jail. Oh, called it, right? You were locked in jail for something you didn't do, but it turned out to be a blessing in disguise as it's one of the last few fortresses that survived the zombie invasion. Most of the outside world were rampaged by bloodthirsty zombies, and the rate of survivability is very low. Now, with survival as a common goal, you gather up like-minded people to build self-sustained community, but there are others that disagree and try to kill you. So it's like you're working with murderers and thieves and whatever nots and mad geniuses. So yeah, it's like a battle royale in the prison, and then you guys also have an external threat of zombies coming in. That actually sounds insane. I like this premise a lot.
It is. I mean, you can make it some. It is something similar to Game of Thrones, right? There
Similar
are
to
ice gems also,
Yeah,
and these
similar
people.
to Suicide Squad as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
There are like too many scheming people, and there is threat right at your doorstep.
yeah, and
But you
then
are still like scheming, scheming,
they
scheming.
like kind of pick the best of the best criminals, and then they make like a super villain team that like saves the world, or in this case survive the zombie apocalypse. So this can be a very interesting idea as well if you guys are interested to join. I'm not. I'm too committed to other things. Okay, and the last idea that Webnovel gives: so you were bullied since young, and then one day you got into an accident that unfortunately took your life. Your hatred towards the human race was so strong that the god of death grant you a second chance, a revival with a zombie system. So again, it's a system, it's revival. Then you carefully plan revenge with the main goal, which is to take over the world of the living. So instead of being the person or the people, the team to survive against zombies, you now become the zombie. That is plot twist. So you can do it either way. So it has to be zombie, it also has to be like a invasion kind of thing. So in this case, you are doing the invading because you are the zombie, probably the only zombie in the world. So how you decide to infect people and how
Actually,
you level up.
they have mentioned the zombie system. So typically, when there's a system involved, it usually means that you are given some cheats. So if anyone is planning to do it in this way, just make it sure that the zombies just can't spread like a virus. If you do, then all the main character has to do is like go to high population density cities and then just spread the virus. That's all. His entire goal will be done.
I know, right? And the most
At
effective way
how
to
fast
spread
the
the,
airplane can transfer. Yeah.
the most effective way to actually spread a zombie virus, if you have a system and you can choose how you want to spread it, is airborne. So imagine you fart and in an enclosed bus during a peak hour. It's like all the people in the bus is going to be infected. That would be great.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing that happened with COVID. You just go to an airport, infect the people there, and just watch the rest of the world get it
I know, right?
overnight. That's all.
Yeah, one person just
Yeah.
needs to cough, and then the entire place is like, oh, okay, we
Yeah.
need to do swaps now.
Yeah. So to make stories interesting in this prompt, the zombies have to be modified in such a way that the zombie virus cannot spread. So only those you will have to personally convert the humans into a zombie. So if it is like that, then the case is interesting because there is a lot of elements that you can introduce after that. Like the police will be trying to catch you, detectives will be like trying to find your traces, and you'll have to be in hiding all the time to convert people in secret. And you'll also like find good people, bad people, good people you don't want to convert, bad people you'll convert. And sometimes you might be founded by the good people who bear hatred to you because one of the bad people is the bad people that you converted were related to them. So you can add like a lot of elements into this. It'll create a solid story as long as the zombie virus, uh, the spreading of the
Spreads.
zombie virus is removed. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so it's pretty straightforward for this. Okay, I actually didn't know this, but JKS manga did level up zombie. I don't know
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
when he did this, but it was surprising. I was like, what? JKS wrote this? So JKS wrote zombie. It should probably work. Right? He wrote dragons, he wrote vampires, he wrote zombies. He's writing all the mainstream things.
And all zombies.
Okay, so it should
Means,
work.
yeah.
Alright, another one is a global game, AFK, video zombie apocalypse. This is the one that we said before. So it can exist in like a video game. It can also be this, which is like a rebirth kind of thing. So this is a reborn zombie. So same thing as it's similar to number 4, whereby you die and then you become a zombie overlord. Right, so there are only 9 entries so far, which means you guys stand a huge chance to win like one of the first 3 spots in ML if you actually do try. Not sure why not many people are joining this. It's actually quite simple. So as you can see, 0 votes. Self votes, if you actually join, you'll be right in like the consideration.
Actually, that's probably because the theme is zombie invasion and not just zombies.
Yeah, but
If
zombie
it is,
invasion.
if it is just zombies, then you'll see a lot of necromancer stories here,
Really?
which is currently the most popular genre in web novel.
Okay, I didn't know that,
Yeah.
but what's the difference between
Yeah.
zombie and necromancer? Necromancer is like the undead magician, is it?
Necromancer is like all the undead,
All the undead.
from skeletons to vampires. All the undead is under the control of a necromancer.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay,
A
so
zombie is just one of the most basic grunts. In front of a necromancer, a zombie is nothing. An entire horde of zombies is nothing.
that makes sense. Okay, so necromancers
Yeah.
are the in thing now, guys. You know, so you don't actually have to participate in WPC to write a new work. You can just write a new work and hope to grow it and get contracted, which is not very difficult on Webnovel itself if you have to write text. So you don't have to go through WPC. The reason why we're going through WPC is because we want to explore our writing limits as writers, which is why we do this weekly. So you will be in charge of vampire romance and I will be in charge of zombie invasion. I'm black. Don't like zombies a lot. But sure. Okay.
Actually, you can just like make it as insane as possible. That will be interesting.
I'm just gonna let my mind go and not plot anything then, cause like every time I write something, you have a terrible habit of saying you should make this a book. And I'm like, but this is a prompt.
Um. Yeah, I mean, if it is interesting, I do say that, and which was true for the last two prompts you wrote.
Not just
So
you.
yeah.
It's like almost everything that I write, like
No,
unless
if you don't want me to say it, just make this plot as less interesting as possible.
I'm very
I mean,
stressed when I hear something like this. I even told Dame Butterfly, I was like, can you guys just not like, whenever you guys praise something, I'm like, oh, okay, thanks. But then you praise it and you're like, so when is the book coming out? I'm like, yeah, the stress level is just like, oh my god, leave me alone.
I mean, that's the reason we are praising you, because we want you to write. It's like the terms and conditions under the praise.
I don't need that. I don't freaking want that. I'm like, oh my god. Okay, so for those of you on stream now, okay, if you want to participate, you can. So we'll be moving on to this. Okay, we'll be giving ourselves some time. You guys can also come up with this thing. So there's vampire romance and there's zombie invasion. Pick one and then do the writing prompts with us. So the timer will not start until we actually finish this four sections. So title, concept, character, outline. Doesn't have to be complex. If you are not here for like the previous stream, go to Nuggets and go and refer to one of these things. Okay, it's all there. Right, once you're done with these, then we will start timer. 15 minutes to do the draft for this entire thing. So that's how it works, like normally works. So thanks to the new setup today, I need to open the zoom to about 150 and then I will set this timer here. Okay, where is my stream? Okay, I'll set this timer here so that you guys can watch this lovely countdown the moment we start our timing, the stream itself. So 15 minutes only. After that, we're supposed to stop. So even if you have not completed it, it's fine. Just stop. Stop like exactly where you are, like the last word. Put it in and then stop there. So if it's not a complete sentence, it's fine. Okay, you don't have to complete it. It's just a prompt. So the trick to this is to let go of perfection and let creativity reign. Alright? So we're gonna actually start now. When I say start now, I'm like not confident at all, but sure. Okay, so you and I
Okay, now we are doing just the title, concept, character, and plot.
yeah, we're doing the title, concept, and character. So I don't know.
Destiny.
Yes, sir.
Suggest a good vampire name.
Me? You asking me? Male or female?
Yeah.
Male or female vampire?
Male.
Male vampire. Zane.
Yeah. Is it EIN?
Zayn.
Oh, okay, Zane. Okay. Okay, and a surname for him.
I don't know. Surname generator, please. Ferrari.
Okay. Yeah, okay, yeah, it sounds better.
Zane Ferrari. Why?
No, I didn't put the F.
Oh, Ari. Arari. Okay, fine. Whatever.
Already. Yeah, that's all. Just take one letter and it becomes a proper name.
I'm literally making this simple. Since you said simple, I'm making it simple now. Like, literally.
So yeah, what's your favorite food in like terms of snacks?
Snacks? I'm
Yeah.
being healthy nowadays, so it's grapes. But it's so expensive, you know? It's like what? $5-6 per one container of grapes now. I just cannot afford to eat.
Yeah.
My brain is half asleep doing this. I'm actually kind of done. Plus, you said simple, so I made simple.
Okay. I'm also making it simple.
Why are you asking me then?
Just for reference.
But I'm very racist, I guess. You're just gonna be racist today. Where is my slipper? I'm gonna ship it to India so that when you open the box, the slipper will automatically smack you.
I mean, like, I'll just treat it as I'm getting a free slipper. So.
Venus needs slippers. Psh. I'm watching what you're writing, you know.
That is cheating. You're stealing my ideas.
No,
Precious,
I'm
they are precious
done.
ideas.
I'm done.
Yeah, I know, but still. I'm going to accuse you for no reason.
For no reason. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I'm
Done?
done.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you
yeah.
you go first since you are 3, 2, 1. Vampire romance. So come, pitch to us.
Uh, the strongest vampire wants to get laid.
Okay.
So he so he just wants to pick the best without any racial barriers. He's anti-racist. He's the perfect anti-racist character. Uh, that's all. Yeah.
Okay, good enough.
I mean, it's already done by the first sentence.
That
The
first
second
one.
sentence is just to prove his quirk.
It works. It works. Okay, this is really
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
So
yeah.
the caption line of this thing, the strongest vampire wants to get laid. Okay, so half of the people who come to this book like, okay, I subscribe. Yeah. Right. Okay. Let me just do the proper one so that the viewers don't be like, what? Okay, so yeah, that generally is like the no frills version. I'm gonna give you the one with full frills now. Okay, so Vampire Overlord wants a bride. So wow, so romantic sounding. So it's royal romance, first love, conflict scheming, interracial, multiple races. And then the characters are Zane Arari because it's not Ferrari, and degrades Aitsuji. No, Itsuji. Oh my god, I hate you. Right, and then the plot is the strongest vampire announces a major tournament to select a bride. In response, prospective women from all over the world emerging from various races compete in this grand competition. So basically, he just wants the sexiest of the sexiest. Yeah, it's a giga chat vampire. You are not wrong. Alright, so this is Venus's kind of story. Okay, you got your first reader on chat already, you know? Like, yeah, the people will definitely read this. I will not judge. Alright, so mine.
Yeah.
Okay, are you on mine or no? You gotta watch stream. Okay, never mind. I'll just.
Uh, I'm seeing the screen on stream.
That's like a 20-second delay though.
Yeah, but it's yeah, that is true.
Because today, I don't know what happened, but there's like a rather long intermission period. Like it maybe because I started early, that's why. So there is like a time delay between the time that I'm actually supposed to start at 2. I didn't start at 2. I started slightly earlier and I went live. So there's like this delay, strange delay. Okay, in any case, so this is Zombie Invasion. Right, in Zombie Invasion, the title, this zombie is a terrorist. So please don't be like, I know this can sound racist, but it really is not. It's just my brain shutting down. Right, the concept: the terrorist dies and gets resurrected as a zombie. His aim is to now kill humans and spread his new religion, zombieism. So the character is Ali, because why the hell not? And then the plot outline is a zombie awakens to hear the true voice of God, which is a zombie god, who tells him to spread the new religion of zombieism as the prophet. Yeah, that it. So you said simple, I went simple.
You're being terrorist. I mean, like,
It's simple, right?
just like no. I mean, you call someone who what I'm going blank. Yeah, someone who makes classification based on race as racist, right?
Yeah, some people would see
So
it as
yeah,
racist.
you're doing it for a terrorist. So how do you call it? Terrorist? Is that how it's pronounced? No, is it just
What are you talking about? This is zombie terrorist. Like the name is Ali for because that's like probably the only thing I know about terrorists. Like, is it what was that again? No. Ali, no, Aladdin. Yes, so he was like Ali, Prince Ali. You know that kind of thing, and it's like that's where they
I mean,
come
I'm pretty
from.
sure that is some other ruler.
But that's like the most common name. Plus, it's 3
Yeah,
letters. Why would I not
yeah.
use it? Like you, who you're gonna type like all these, you're gonna type Zane, Arari, you're gonna type the grapes, Itsuji. You're gonna be typing all these, these names are not easy to type. Are you sure you want to use them? So I was
Yeah, I mean, like,
saying.
see, in any chapter, if I'm writing this, I only have to type D grapes Itsuji once. I can just like copy paste it after that. So it saves me like 2 words every time I have to add this. So
When
instead of normal people who have to type it every time, I just like paste it.
no, but you know that in FL you have 2 different kind of names. So you have the male lead name and you have the female lead name.
Yeah.
So you're gonna copy paste it twice for both?
I mean, Zion is pretty easy. ZAYN.
I should have
I'm
given
not
you
going to
something
add his
else.
full name.
Yeah, I should have given you something else, like couple bottom.
No. This is perfect name. See, anything that comes first, the first suggested is the perfect one. So Zion already. I mean, you cannot get a better main character for vampire than this.
Are you sure? Are you sure? You don't want to
Yeah,
try.
I mean, like, I'm pretty content.
Okay.
This guy, yeah. The name matches perfectly for the character that I'm thinking of.
Okay, good for you then. Right, so hot, sexy vampire versus zombie terrorist. Okay, so let's start the timer. My server, right? My server.
How do you like the male lead? Do you always prefer them as hot men or something,
You know,
or people that are cold fine with you?
you gotta know, I don't have a good dating history, and now I six packs and chiseled jaw are just aesthetic beauty. I prefer my thirst trap now is intellectual, reliable, responsible, and mature. So you're talking to someone who has been like, through a lot and have given up hope for most things, so I don't care. Right, what do you want? That's not me. It's Aitsuji. I'm Aitsuji.
Ah, okay. I just missed. I should have added D Graves Aitsuji then.
Alright, so I'm gonna start like the timer first, and then after that, I will start like the stream timer so that you guys can actually join. Okay, those on my YouTube channel now, if you want to join the live writing now, go to Discord itself, grab your writer's role, and then after that, we'll do the sprint. Alternatively, you can just write and then give it to me later, like on Discord itself. So both ways are fine. I'm gonna start like the timer soon, like now actually. Okay, wait, join.
One second.
Come. Right, so because there's a little bit of
Okay,
timer
yeah.
delay, I'm gonna start this now. Right, so I'll have like a little bit of prompt in between.
Started.
Joined, but not started yet. But yeah, you can start.
Ah,
What the hell? Okay, go ahead. Cheat.
no. I'll wait. I'm like a gentleman that never cheats.
You just cheated like 2 streams ago. Come on.
Yeah, that was me from 2 streams ago. I'm a different person now.
Okay,
I turned over a new
DHE,
leaf.
you gotta
Uh,
use the
Yeah,
sprinter.
I woke up from the other side of the bed today. So yeah.
Depends on the side of bed. Okay. Right, you gotta use the sprinter bot to join, not me 6. DHE, yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna save you. Okay, what the hell? I'm gonna start first.
Hey, now you're cheating. The
No,
okay,
it just
yeah, the
went.
count started. Yeah, the count started. Okay.
Okay, what's done? I like finished in 10 minutes actually. Venus! What's down?
Yes. What's my word count?
What's your word count? Okay, let me just find it for you. 514. 514.
Yeah, that I'm being pretty consistent. It's between 500 to 550.
That usually is about the rate, the length, the speed. Yeah, I actually finished in 10 minutes today.
Ah,
You're
how many words did you write?
450. Yeah. Not bad. Not bad. Not
I
bad.
was about like my content would have ended in around like 300 words, but like I thought, okay, that is too short, and it'll just be like a brief thing. So I just like added a bit more spice.
Huh. Less is
Yeah.
more. Okay, by the way, do you know that I'm gonna host this one in my server? The October one whereby I'm gonna do daily word prompting. Yes, right. I asked
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So for the guys, for the people on stream, if you don't know, I'm actually hosting this in my server. So it's already 7 people. Okay, so it's confirmed. I need to host this, right? So for the people, I will be giving like this word prompting daily. You only have 24 hours to do it. If you did not do it within 24 hours, then it's just gone for the day. You don't have to participate every single day. But the more you write, the more chances of people actually voting on your work. I haven't decided the rules yet, so I'm actually going through like the logistics of managing this. You can join if you want. Okay, for those at the end of the month who receive the most cookie votes, right, you are gonna get Discord Nitro from me for 1 month. So if you have Discord Nitro already, you can actually nominate another person to receive it on your behalf. So yeah, this is the event that I'll be doing for October itself. So unlike this WPC writing prompt exercises that we are limited to by time, that's 15 minutes, you guys are going to be limited by one Discord message length, which is about 2000 characters. It's about 300 to 500 words depending, right? So that is your word limit. You can take 24 hours to turn it in, so there is no rush. You can take like 1 hour to write it and edit it and stuff like that. It's fine. So that is how it is. Right? So this is it. Okay, that's the announcement that I want to make. So now let's go back. Okay, do you want to go first or do you want me to go first? You want to present yours or you want to present?
Yeah. Before that, I want to ask, when did you get like a laser implant to your finger?
Laser implant? No, I don't.
Yes.
What are you talking about?
I am.
As in like the VR chat thing?
Yeah.
Okay, that thing is actually part of VJoy itself. So there is this thing called light tracer, whereby wherever you press on the screen, so it will kind of like trace it based on the mouse clicks or key typing. So it's a function. Yeah, normally
Okay,
it's
so you're not doing it IRL. I thought you might have like
no.
got some latest technology or something.
No. Okay, this
Uh,
VJoy.
and then
Okay, this feature
yeah.
actually works very conveniently because I don't actually have a camera, I don't have a webcam. So it traces me based on my mouse activity using the right hand, and then it also traces both my hands based on keyboard activity. So if I type something, you will see it move. But because I have random typing on, so you will see it move in random places, but you see both hands move with different fingers. So it's a AI program, semi-AI program.
Yeah, but like I was expecting something more cyberpunk, Like
No, I'm a regular
maybe
human
you
being.
finally revealed your desire for world domination or something.
No. You know I'm
I mean,
IT idiot, right?
you're also writing about invasions now. So yeah,
Kind of, maybe. Right, okay, so here, before we actually
yeah.
go through this, I want to ask you, do you want to read mine or do you want me to read mine? And then which sequence you want to go first? You want to go first or second?
I'll read yours
Mm.
and I'll go first. Yeah, I'll
Okay.
go first. I'll go first. I'll go first.
You gotta open the tab. You gotta open the
Yeah,
tab.
yeah. I have to like warm up the audience before the main event. So
Okay. Right, so you gotta open the tab first. Are you open on my tab? Are you looking
no,
through
I'm
stream?
just no. I am opening it.
Okay. Me actually very surprised when bleeps dropped in. I was like, huh?
She was actually offline for like a
Very
lot,
long time.
few months. Yeah, very long time.
Correct. IRL shit is real. She's a mama.
Yeah. I mean, she was before this also, right?
Yeah, she's a mama.
Zombie Invasion 322. Title: This zombie is a terrorist. I mean, is that how you say a terrorist?
This zombie is a terrorist, yes.
Terrorist. I mean, like you also have to have some fear, right? When you say the word terrorist, it's like such a terror word.
Not for me. Just like, oh, you're a terrorist? Cool. Kind of vibe. Unaffected. Oh, what do you do for a living? Oh, you're a terrorist? Yeah, cool. You like Starbucks? Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. I mean, if you like give such a reaction, the poor guy, he is disappointed.
Yeah, and then he's
Like
like
he
the
was expecting fear,
his
and
self-esteem.
all he's getting is like a Starbucks invite.
I know, right? I mean, they're
Yeah.
probably, yeah, they were not expecting it. They were like the, for freedom! Yay! That kind of, yeah. I can probably
Yeah.
just, convince them to quit their job because they are so bad at it.
Okay, but like actual terrorists are competent in their job. Okay, otherwise, yeah, otherwise world will be peaceful.
That's true. Alright, so this is my
Yeah.
version of it. It's only 450 words. Yours is what, 500-ish?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Let's go.
Mine is longer. It has a lot more lore. I added like 100 chapters worth of content in that 100 extra words. So
Less is more.
okay, concept: terrorist dies and gets resurrected as a zombie. His aim now is to kill humans and spread his new religion, zombism. Okay, character Ali, plot outline. Okay, how do you pronounce Ali?
Hmm?
How do
Ali.
you pronounce Ali?
Ali, just Ali.
Ali, that's all right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Plot outline: zombie awakens to hear the true voice of God, zombie God, who tells him to spread the new religion of zombism as the prophet. Draft. Okay. Lee. 5 more minutes, mom. The voice called louder this time, and despite the sleepiness, Ali could not shrug the nagging feeling that something was wrong. Did his mom have such a husky voice? Ali. Okay, that was not husky. Okay.
Good enough. Good. It's good enough.
Snapping awake, the first thing Ali noticed was the taste of gravel in his mouth and the stench of rubbish surrounding him. What the? Yes, this was exactly what he remembered before his memory blanked out. He failed his mission. The group must no longer want him back. All his life he lived for God, and now there was nowhere to go. Ali! What? He yelled, but there was nobody around. Spooked, the young terrorist blinked. Was that all his imagination? I'm here. Following the voice, Ali walked over to a dirty puddle of coffee. Surely not. However, the face of something green and grotesque appeared, and Ali knew at once that this was not his imagination. He was poor at imagining. Who are you? He asked. The distorted figure in the spilled coffee puddle kicked his nose with a finger and snorted. I'm your god. You died and I decided to make you my prophet because the other guy was too lazy. You look smarter. God? Allah, is that really you? Offended, the green figure bonked Ali using psychic powers to prove his existence. Do I look like Allah to you? No, I'm the zombie god. You're now my prophet, and it is your job to spread zombism. Just do the things you've been doing so far, and you're good. I need you to convert 10 humans into zombies before dinner, or I'm going to make you study math. Okay, now why is studying math a torture?
Because I hate math. I cannot math. I was like $2 million missing from the
Okay.
balance sheet. Okay, that's not my money anyway. That's why I cannot be an accountant.
For me, whenever I want to relax, I read math. I do math.
Oh, you're a different kind of human.
Classic Indian. No. Like most Indians are like this. So yeah. No, Ali cried. Math was his worst subject. However, he was happy. Even if this was not Allah, he was still not abandoned by God. In fact, he was happy to get promoted to a prophet. That's right. He was supposed to kill the sunbathing ladies at the beach in Allah's name. However, his flammable suntan liquid failed to kill anyone. Instead, he got jumped by some purple chick with an orange boyfriend in the alley who sold his comfort drink from Starbucks. Zombism was a personal religion that can only be spread using physical contact of some kind. You must spread the religion through human contact, such as farts, coughs, blood, or saliva. The zombie got shared and disappeared soon after, leaving Ali to choose his first 10 victims. I hope this works. He groaned and started swallowing air. It might be uncomfortable to hold farts, but if he could get Destiny IG is blocking the words.
Oh, really? Cool. I thought you said you are
Yeah,
reading it.
but yeah, no. but if he could get onto a crowded train before releasing it, he might be able to finish work on time today. I can do this. Okay. First of all, I have a question.
Yes.
He can do it through farts, coughs, blood, or saliva, right? So, is there any hierarchy between those converted using farts, using blood, using saliva, and coughs?
I didn't think that far, but I was about to write something worse, and then I was like, no, this has to be PG-13, so I didn't write it.
Not exactly in that sense. What I'm asking is, if suppose someone converted using fart is like a level 1 zombie, so is someone converted using blood like a level 2 zombie, or something like an upper zombie or a priest zombie, something like that?
I mean, it technically is possible, but this is a word prompt, so I didn't think that far. I just wrote. And I was just like, yeah. Also, it's got ducks.
Now I'm considering from all subjects.
Yeah, now you cannot.
Star ducks. Okay, not bugs.
Yeah, I purposely changed it. It's like initially it was white chick and black boyfriend. I was like, that's so racist. Purple chick and orange boyfriend.
I mean, why? Like, you're being racist to white and black, you see?
Yeah, and Ali. So I kind of like, I told you this was gonna sound racist to some people, and I was like, okay, maybe I won't.
No. Oh, sorry. Okay. That was my bad. It's not racist. You're being colorist.
Maybe so. Now it's purple and orange.
You're giving preference to purple and orange. What about magenta? What about green? What about yellow? You're discriminating them.
I mean, it has to be either one, alright. It's
no, next time you should write. It was like a vibgr chick and vibgr boyfriend. Include all colors.
Why? But yeah, so this is it. Also, you have praise from DHE. DHE was like, you sound good, especially with the god's voice. You voicing the god is like the Ali.
Thank goodness. I mean, like, the more streams I'm doing with you, the less awkward I'm getting.
This is good. It's improvement.
Yeah, I'm finally growing up. Yeah.
I don't understand why you have to watch your own live stream replays after the stream ends and you're like I said so many like. I'm like,
Yeah. When I see them, I cringe. I mean, see, even now I'm like purposefully controlling myself. That's why I'm talking slower at times.
No wonder you're a little bit.
Otherwise, the filler words start to feel. Yeah.
Okay, just be yourself. Like, I didn't bring you here to be a professional broadcaster. You're like today's news on Channel 5. No, you're not doing that kind of thing. Right?
Actually, when I was in my school days, I used to be a host for many programs.
But was it
after that? It has been like, yeah, in English. Yeah, my English was actually way like 10-20 times better than what I'm doing. This is because of like 6 years of no use of the language.
Oh gosh. Okay. Well, you have practice now.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I'm going
Yeah.
to read through yours. Seriously, Itsuji though. Okay,
Yes.
right. So
Aitsuji is a masterpiece name that I came up with. I spent like 3 weeks to come up with that name.
no,
It
you
was
did
very hard.
not. No, you did not.
Yeah, yeah. I spent the time. I know it.
Yeah. Okay, by the way, this is going up, and I
Yeah.
want to like add a disclaimer when I upload in Nuggets. Like, this has no relation to any real life person, and anything is just coincidental. You know, like the disclaimer in the.
Yeah. No Aitsujis were harmed in the making of this.
My brain cells probably died. Okay, but sure. Okay, let's start. Alright, so I'll start from the draft part because I went through the above. Right, so Kia, a sheep woman, fell off from the Ferris wheel, dangling like a pendulum, as part of her dress tore off and acted as a rope, with one end of it getting stuck to the wheel. As the Ferris wheel continued to move, so did she. The echoes of her shouts presented a wavy tune to the audience. Ah, damn it! I was betting on Princess Sheeplace to survive this round. A middle-aged man from the sheep race smacked his lips in regret, crumpling the betting ticket in his hand. Princess Sheeplace was hyped up to a great extent, making it seem as if she had the chance to win the great I want the bride. Normally it's I want to be a bride, no? I want a bride tournament.
Yeah.
And became wife to the vampire overlord, the strongest vampire to exist in history, and one whose reign encompassed more than half the world. My wife to be should be someone capable of rising up to all challenges and exceeding expectations time and again. Only she is worthy to be my better half. No punctuation. Okay, 6 months ago, the vampire overlord's announcement spread around the world, shocking all reigning powers. To date, the vampire overlord was single. Therefore, it meant that his wife would come to exude the same level of authority as him, considering how he vowed to increase their powers to be on par with him as his dignity required. This was the ticket to the top of the world for any ambitious woman. Any ambitious woman should be singular, but okay.
Man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, and since the vampire overlord didn't specify the race, it was a free game for all women from around the world. The day of announcement was also the day of announcement was also the day when the greatest number of divorces happened. After all, the vampire overlord truly didn't discriminate anyone on the basis of age, race, etc. Could be better worded, but okay. So
Yeah. I couldn't like there was limited time. I couldn't think of it.
less is more. Less is more. Okay, so they only had to be woman, and you say that he doesn't discriminate anyone. Then they only had to be a woman.
No, he doesn't discriminate on basis of age, race, and etc.
Okay, but gender.
There is no gender in that etc.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah.
can. Right, so they only had to be a woman because he's a genderist
I'm
and
just
passed his
taking.
test to become Lady Overlord, jumping more than half the world. Okay, Ken is a very straight vampire. Right, there were only 100 tests to pass. There were around 100 tests to pass before the finals could be conducted. Currently, it was just the 15th test where the candidates had to stand on the frame of the Ferris wheel with 1 foot for an hour while making a portrait of the vampire overlord while narcissistic. Okay, obviously the overly hyped Princess Sheeplace failed. Oh man, aren't these tests getting more and more ridiculous? A man from the frog race muttered. Heh, I passed it, no sweat. A lady from the frog race smirked smartly. It wasn't that difficult in the first place. You needn't act important. A lady from the snake race snorted in disdain. Snake fart, the frog lady mocked. Toad stench, the snake lady vomited. Who will be our next contestant? The MC announced aloud before staring at the list, for a moment blinking in confusion, wondering if he had read it wrongly. The next one on the list is human granny? How rude! I'm a maiden in her young 70s. The grapes Aitsuji puffed her cheeks, curling her sleeves as she sauntered into the massive colosseum, approaching the foot of the Ferris wheel as she winked at the others. Caution notice, keep your hearts in check. I received way too many of them. Yeah, that kind of random, but okay. It's like we're both on drugs today. It's okay.
Yeah.
I like where this is going actually. Wow, by the end of 500 subs, I wonder how we will be like. Are we still in tag? Probably
Yeah.
not.
Probably not.
Join us. This is actually good. Okay, yeah, this
I
is.
see when you were reading their names, it felt a lot proper name-ish. Like D grapes Aitsuji felt like a normal name, perfect for this setting.
I know, right? Because you like sheep lace and frock and stench
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I like this kind of vibes. Yes, yes, this is the kind of things that we need. Like let go, be free, you know, do all these kind of things like the don't limit yourself to whatever that you normally limit
Yeah.
yourself to when you do books. This is the beauty of writing prompt challenge. I like it. This is like really good. Oh, please don't sheep. No, no Granny X vampire. No, no sheep. DHE is shipping in chat. You see what you did?
Granny into vampire. Yeah. I mean, like for being a gentleman such as me, I do ship the granny with the vampire.
I don't. Especially not when there's semblance with Aitsuji. I hate you. But yes, this is overall a good writing prompt. Okay, if anybody actually wants to adopt any of these ideas, I guess you gotta like make a little bit or maybe more changes with it because neither of us are very sane. Alright, for mine, the zombie one, you could probably get smacked with colorism, and then for this one, you can get smacked with, underage. So actually, no, it's not really underage because vampire, you see, they're like long, but it's kind of a little bit disturbing. Like the age gap kind of romance is kind of disturbing. You can get smacked with that. You can get smacked with colorist. So, at your own risk, feel free to adopt at
I
your
mean,
own
like,
risk.
I mean, in most of these stories, though the reader base that reads vampire and werewolf, for them, age is just a number.
I know.
Because in those stories, it's probably the vampire has lived for like multiple centuries, and they're hitting on like a 13-year-old girl. So, yeah.
I hate that logic
they
so
probably
much.
they probably try to hit on her grandmother who by mistake died in an accident, so they were waiting for her to be born.
That sounds so
something
creepy.
something similar happened in Violet also. The werewolf guy went and marked a human baby
Yeah, that
of
was.
the main
Oh
character.
my god, Twilight, that was
Yeah,
so freaking
so yeah,
disturbing.
these stories do have that, so for them age is just a number.
Oh my god. Okay, so replying to DHE, yes, this is on crack. So we are on crack when we wrote this, and this is the essence of writing prompts. Really, it's not serious. It's something fun. It's something to push your limits as a writer to see how far you can get with the creativity. Yeah, so just abandon all. Just enjoy 15 minutes though. But after that, please come back to Earth. Otherwise, you might get arrested for being too crazy or something. Right? I am not responsible for that. Right. Any questions? So I actually do hope
For
that
anyone, yeah,
whoever's joining the competition, the WPC, or if you have questions, you can find Venus or you can find me depending on which one. So if you're doing vampire romance, go to Venus. If you're doing zombie evasion, you can come to me. So both our discords should be in the description of this link itself. Not link, this stream itself. So for all the other people who have no idea where to start with writing, I have a free e-course that you guys can go to visit. It's free literally because it's hosted on my website and it's in the form of blogs, so you can go and check out what you need to check out regarding e-fiction, writing, web novel, and maybe not even web novel, just completions. Right, so that's almost all. Do you have anything last words to say before I end the stream? On like last
yes,
tweet.
I
Okay,
do.
okay.
For everyone, you have to subscribe. Every week we'll continue to get more crazy. So you have to count down until when the both of us lose our sanity. Sanity. That's all.
No, I already
So
lost mine, so yours. Okay, until when
yeah,
Venus loses his sanity, because I no longer have any.
yeah.
Yeah.
And for anyone who is thinking that I'm probably a bit high, I didn't consume any weed or anything. I only consumed salt. So yeah, for
Salt.
me salt works like damage. Yeah, because I'm doing vampires, right? Vampires are afraid of salt.
Oh my god, this. Okay, I can't believe you. Alright, so that's all for today's stream. Thank you for joining. I don't know what is wrong with the streams are getting weirder every week. Oh my god. Alright, so that's all from us. See you guys next time. Bye.
Yeah, bye.